We've got all new details about the Summer of Heroes coming to Disneyland Resort, and we'll discuss them all up next. Hi there guys, I'm Jack, this is DSNY Newscast. Go ahead and subscribe down below so therefore you never miss one of these DSNY Newscast updates. And now let's get to today's headlines. So, it seems like it's becoming a bit of a regular thing at the moment as we discuss on a weekly basis the Marvel takeover that's happening over at the Disney California Adventure Park with the opening of Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout that's going to take place at the end of May. But as Disney continue to drip all of those new details on out, we're going to continue to discuss them as and when they're released. Speaking of Marvel though, if you've ever wondered about the licensing agreement between Disney Parks and Universal and what Marvel properties can actually come into Disney Parks, I've done a video discussing the entire Marvel licensing agreement up here. So go ahead and watch that video if you haven't watched it already, and hopefully it will explain the entire issue and what Disney can actually bring to their parks in the future. Now with that being said, I speculated last week that it seemed rather odd that in none of the Disney press releases so far about Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout, we hadn't heard that the cast of characters from the Guardians of the Galaxy movie were going to be featured in the park in any way. And surely, if they're going to be opening up a brand new attraction at the park itself, they're going to be bringing some of the characters along for a meet and greet, as we've already seen a Star-Lord and Baby Groot meet and greet over at Disney's Hollywood Studios in Walt Disney World. Well now, it's official. We are going to be getting a Guardians of the Galaxy meet and greet opportunity with not just Peter Quill as Star-Lord and Gamora, but also full-size Groot. Just look at this character. This will be an incredible photo opportunity for sure, as the Groot character himself will stand around 9 feet tall in person. With the attention to detail and the consistency between the original movie and this meet and greet opportunity, it seems that Walt Disney Imagineering have really nailed this character's essence within the Disney parks. But how Disney still haven't got Toy Story characters of Woody and Buzz to look more like they do actually in the Toy Story movies is so incredibly weird. I mean, just look at the comparison between the characters in the movie and the characters you see in the park. They don't even look that much alike. However, coming back to the Guardians of the Galaxy meet and greet, it will take place after what's been called the Guardians of the Galaxy Awesome Dance Off show, which will feature songs from the Awesome Mix soundtrack and which will more than likely feature some sort of guest interaction. So basically, think of it as some sort of weird blend between the super dance party of The Incredibles over at Walt Disney World and also the Jedi Training Academy. It's going to be a blend of those two together at Disney California Adventure Park. The location at the moment is still unknown, but it could either take place right outside the attraction building itself or over at the Mad Tea Party stage, as that has been left dormant for a while now. Whereas in other Mission Breakout news, we have some new footage of the show building during the day and at night. We can see that there's a slight difference between the concept art of Mission Breakout, which shows that there's no black streak down the middle of the building, compared to what we actually see within the park itself, so it could either be that it's unfinished or they've changed the design since they've done the concept art. Additionally, we have some of the first footage of the lighting tests on the building at night, but bear in mind that this lighting will be far from complete, as it's just giving us a rough idea of how much of a centerpiece this attraction will be at night within the actual park itself. Now, sticking with Disneyland Resorts, some attentive guests over in Frontierland have noticed that they are starting to refill the waters of the blocked off section of Rivers of America, which means that the completion of the refurbishment of Rivers of America will be nearing fairly soon, and we can expect to see a return of the Disneyland Railroad full circle tour around the Disneyland park. But the big news here is that once Disney have finished the refurbishment of the Rivers of America, it means that the guests of Disneyland can start to enjoy the fantastic, incredible nighttime show that is Fantasmic from New Orleans and Frontierland once again. However, at this very time, no date has been set by Disney for the opening of Rivers of America, but from recent construction footage, it seems like it's going to be opening at the end of June, if not early July. Now moving on over to Walt Disney World, as they've got a big night coming up tomorrow night, as Happily Ever After, the new castle projection show along with fireworks, will be debuting tomorrow night and will be live streamed by Disney Parks on YouTube at 8:55 Eastern Time. But ahead of the debut of Happily Ever After, we now have some details of what the actual show will include. We have now found out that the show's runtime will be 18 minutes long, with many different fireworks sequences built into the actual show itself instead of being played afterwards like Wishes was. And the show will feature scenes from 25 different Disney movies. That will include The Little Mermaid, Moana, Brave, Big Hero 6, Zootopia, The Princess and the Frog, Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, Pirates of the Caribbean, Hunchback of Notre Dame, Toy Story, Sleeping Beauty, and The Jungle Book. But that's it for today, guys. Go ahead and subscribe down below if you haven't already, and a massive thank you from me to you, as now we are at 1,000 subscribers on DSNY Newscast, and if you can continue to tell all your friends about DSNY Newscast and spread some love for the show, it would be a massive help and I would be incredibly grateful. But if not, I've been Jack, you've been you, and I'll see you real soon.